Hello, welcome back. So, over the past few years, I've been battling with my demons, but one major one in particular, and that is my Phil Collins obsession. Now, people always said I'd never get over a Phil Collins obsession, but all I want to say is take a look at me now.
Just gonna let that sit for a while.
It's good jokes. Good.
We're just gonna sit in that for a while.
Phil Collins, he's a good little artist. He is. Love Phil Collins. But yeah, welcome back. I'm Jamie and this is Mitchell. Back at it again. Two funniest cunts in the world just chatting shit. How you doing today,
Shit in
Mitchell?
chat. I'm on the ropes, man. I just got loads of problems.
You've got too many problems at the
But
moment.
well, karma's gonna get me. We've still talked about that. I'm not innocent, am I?
You're not. You're anything but that.
I'm not innocent. Yeah. But so I just got to firm it really.
The only thing is, that's all you
I
can
was
do is
wondering.
just fight it and rest.
Yeah.
But
Like, because if I just firm it, then it's like, oh yeah, fuck you, karma.
yeah. Oh, I've got the last laugh for now.
Yeah. What's karma gonna do? Get me back?
Good one. Good one. But, I've got something quite serious I need to start today's conversation off with.
Cool.
And that's a
It's a good thing you started this off with reminding everyone we're the two funniest cunts in the world.
yeah, I know, but we'll get back into that. So the other week, a few episodes back, for our avid listeners out there, um, there was an episode
Me and you.
titled "The Wasp Rant," where there was a wasp in my
Oh, God's
garden.
sake.
Now, people might say I'm being, stupid, hysterical. Some might even be saying paranoid. But there is a wasp laying its nest in my shed. And I, without doubt, know this is the same wasp. In my heart of heart, I know it's the same wasp. This wasp ain't done with me yet. So the other day I saw this wasp up there and I was like, what is it doing? Like, is it stuck to a spider's web? Is it? But then I realised, oh, it's laying a nest. So I got a shovel and I was like, I'm just gonna splatter it. And in most likely the least manly like manner, I threw the shovel at the roof of the shed where the wasp was and ran inside. And to me, that was the end of the problem.
You've been mugged off again by a
Yeah,
wasp.
yeah, I was mugged off again by a wasp. But anyway, I thought, you know what, this wasp is dead now. It's fine.
Ho hum.
And then, so today, this is like 2 days later from that incident, my aunt goes, oh, it's in the shed and the wasp is back. And I was like, fuck. I probably didn't kill it. That's fine. But now, like, more of the nest has been built. And I was like, shit, alright, I need to get rid of this now because obviously in this epidemic, we can't really get someone to come around and destroy this thing, so I just need to kill the wasp. So once again, I got the shovel. I fucking, you know, tried to splatter the wasp in the shed and the nest in the shed and ran away in the least manly like manner ever. But I don't think
So you got mugged off again.
I don't think that killed the wasp because there's no. I went back in after my dinner and there's no remains of a dead wasp. But I don't get how this wasp has survived not once but twice a direct hit by a shovel, and it's a big shovel.
Why don't you start destroying the nest?
That's what I'm doing every time, like because I'm splattering that and the nest at the same time. So the nest goes, and the wasp goes, but neither of them are dead.
Well, the nest wasn't alive to begin with.
I mean, that's debatable. That's another episode. But I just know tomorrow this wasp is going to be back. It's got something from my shed, and it's not just my shed, it's me. This wasp won't leave me the fuck alone. And I know without a doubt, in about 2 to 3 weeks' time, my garden's going to be infested with fucking wasps. And I'm just predicting that now for when the Wasp Rant Part 2 Electric Boogaloo comes on, that you know that I predicted this.
It's just not that
It,
deep.
mate, it is fucking deep. This,
It's not. They're just
yeah,
wasps.
but I don't want a
Grow up.
1,000 fucking wasp in my garden. I've had that
Well,
before.
stop getting mugged off then. Stop getting mugged off. Stop letting it bully you out your own garden.
Well,
Man up and just get some wasp killer.
I don't have wasp killer.
Or get some.
That's a whole shopping trip.
Or just do it with your normal shopping trip. Just when your auntie goes, like, big shop, like, for your weekly shop, just ask her to get some wasp killer. Because it affects you both, because she uses the garden as well.
Yeah, true. Either way, this wasp is cutting me right off.
Yeah, you've been bodied by a different
No,
wasp.
it's the same wasp. I know.
It's not the same
in my
wasp. It's not
core,
the same wasp.
if I could do DNA testing, it's the same wasp. And today,
I don't think it's the same wasp.
today as well, you know, I was sorting out my room, tidying up a bit. A wasp came in, but not fully in because I had like the netting down. And
How long ago did that other wasp? Like,
about 10 days ago, maybe less.
Okay, because a wasp lifespan is 12 to 22 days.
No, it's not.
It
Is
is.
it actually?
So I doubt it's the same wasp. Yeah, bugs don't live long, man.
Mad. Well, that's what I mean. 10 days ago, it was a baby infant wasp. It was like, oh, I'm just mucking about. Fuck this guy off. Then it went
It's
off.
not baby infant wasps.
It went off. It got shagged, and it was like, you know what? I like pissing off that dude, so I'm gonna come back. And I'm gonna fucking go in that shed. I'm gonna make a nest, and then all my babies will be it.
So you think this wasp has got shagged and that's why it's making a nest?
Yeah.
Oh mate, it's not how wasps work.
Well, it's got shagged somewhere down the line, hasn't it?
Not necessarily.
So what?
I'm pretty sure. No, man. I don't know if they work the same as bees, but they don't shag until they get the nest.
Oh, maybe it might be that. But either way, it's attached to my shed. It wants to make its nest in my shed.
Burn down the shed.
No, because I know.
Because it will eventually get the message to not do it in that specific corner and just build it somewhere where you can't see it until it's too late.
Oh, that's just definitely what's going to happen. Either way, I know there's going to be a ton of wasps in my garden any day now.
Yeah, it's not not right now.
It's not a right now problem.
It's not right now problem, is it?
But lean on to right now problems.
You know what? Oh, okay.
No, go on.
You know what is a right now problem that is just getting ignored by the mainstream media
What's that?
because it's happening in China. So do you remember like last year or like the end of last year, it became apparent not through mainstream media but through people finding out on like social media that in China there's putting Muslims in like education camps, which are basically just concentration camps.
Yeah, that's been like I know it's only found out, but that's been going on for a while there, hasn't it?
Yeah. But you know what's happening now?
What?
They're basically blaming black people for coronavirus. So they're getting like they're not like places aren't letting them eat. They're getting kicked out of hotels. Like in one incident, they've like people have been kicked out of a hotel, had their passports taken off them.
What? What?
And,
Why?
Yeah,
Why?
I don't know because they got to blame someone, and it's China. But like you won't see this on BBC.
100% you won't. But I don't get why. Why black people?
Oh, easy target, I guess.
That's so.
But it's China.
fucked.
They're the furthest away from Chinese people, I guess.
China are
And they're
the
probably like the
furthest away
biggest
from Chinese
minority.
people, yes.
Like they're probably the biggest minority in the country. But it's just another thing that's happening in China that will have no ramifications because it's China.
What are we meant to do?
And
Go
it's
to
like-
war with them and just end the world?
But no, this is what I'm saying. Like there's certain countries that they can do what they want. Like Russia, China, America. They can do whatever they like and no one can stop them.
It's fucked though, isn't it? But I
Yeah,
don't
it's
get
like-
their reasoning for targeting black people.
I don't know. They can't blame themselves, can they?
No, it's not like
Even
they
though it's
started
definitely
in their
them from their
country, yeah.
food markets.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they can't blame themselves.
Mate, that's so
But-
fucked. Because I remember I
Yeah,
saw
I get-
something on Instagram about I didn't watch it all, but I saw like, oh, this black woman weren't let into a restaurant. They're saying, oh no, because you caused corona. But
Yeah,
it's like I thought that was just like a one-time. Oh, this cunt's just being a racist prick. But I didn't know it's
like
actually going
the
on like massive.
the only thing on mainstream news I've seen it on is McDonald's have apologized for black customers not being allowed in China.
Damn, but that's still mainstream if McDonald's are apologising.
Yeah, it's a US company.
But oh, mate, this is the whole thing. Like, how can you be so stupid? How can you be so fucking thick and fickle that you think a whole race started one worldwide pandemic? Like, I know.
Yeah, but people say that like it's the Chinese fault.
Yeah, but that's still the same concept. Like, I know it started in China, but I don't blame every Chinese person or Asian relative that I
Yeah,
see
yeah.
because I know they have as least to do with it as I do. Like, it's just how can you
Yeah,
blame a whole race? It's the whole racist thing. Once again, how can you associate a group of people that share one
it's
one
prejudice.
common characteristic and be like, that's it, they're all the same? Because
Well,
it's simple as
it's
looking at
it's
yourself
the
and your own family. It's like, yeah, we all share the same characteristics, if not more, because we have the same DNA and the same liking because we're in the same like nurture household. And being like, oh well, I know they're all extremely different from me. It's
but
fucked.
it's just the whole thing of us versus them. Like it's just human nature to be it's them not us.
But that's what I don't get. Like, are we the fucked up ones because that's not built in us? Are we like the outcast because I just don't see it that way?
It's a generational thing. Like it's less than it is, but it's still very apparent.
Yeah,
It's another thing where the media controls it and say it's less and less.
because they like I've heard like on the media like a few times, and they're like throughout the years where they say the world's like in the most peaceful time that it's ever been in, which may be true, but it doesn't mean it's peaceful because the concentration
No,
camps is
we'll never
one.
have peace.
Like, human slavery is like at its peak. Like, it's never been as high as it has been now, right?
Yeah,
And it's just fucked. And like the number of deaths from underage people dying from drugs has
mate.
skyrocketed.
There's still wars in like in Syria. Like there's still fucking civil war there, and other countries.
And that's an
Like there's shit going down all the time.
and like with I know it's not Syria, but with Israel, like the famous Palestinians against um Arabs. Like
Nope,
I remember hearing from this interview from
nope. That's not the two different sides.
Israelis and Arabs, sorry.
Israelis and Palestinians is probably the best description.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. But either way, you know what I mean.
But
Because it was
yeah, yeah.
Palestine and it's Israel and then
Not everyone will know what you mean though.
yeah, all right, fair enough. But either way, I remember seeing an interview. It was like recorded like back in like '89, early '90s, something like that. And it was like from this group of guys in Israel, and it was like, oh, what do you think about the whole Arab like Jew conflict here? It's like, well, we're not religious. We were born here and we have to live here, and there's just wars all around us. And that's like people don't
Yeah,
actually see that side. There's so many people there, and there's so many people who are religious for Jewish faith or um, Arab faith, and they don't even care about the other side. But because it's brainwashed and built into so many
it's the
people, that's all you hear about that country. Like,
it's because it's the extremists that in this situation have got the power, and they can't like agree on a fucking just sharing.
if anything, it should bring
But
you
that's all it
together.
is.
Like, oh yeah, we believe in two different faiths, but we still both believe that this is the Holy Land for our faith. Like, shouldn't that
Yeah,
be enough to be like, oh, that's magical?
yeah.
But no,
But
they
it's the
just have to
whole
have
thing
a.
again of like human nature is just to be selfish, and it's us or them.
It's so fucked, man.
Which I've said before, in the case of like a world war, I'll choose us. But with something like that, that's just a man-made, like an unnatural, unneeded war.
Yeah, it's literally
Like it's just kind of forced. Like,
because back to like,
oh, we disagree. We slightly our religions are just a bit different. this is the holy land for us, so it can't be yours.
It's literally like kids. It's like if you was working in nursery, like your kids fighting over which spot was theirs on the carpet.
It's just the people. This is the thing: the people that are in charge are only looking out for themselves and their own interests and their beliefs. You could tell them anything, but they're in charge and they'll just do what they want to do.
It's so
This is
fucked.
why one person can't lead countries now, because there's so many different views. Like, you see America, like, it's made up in states. It would make much more sense if each state was its own country.
100%. Let them fucking like Texas. Let fucking Texas get on with what they want to because that place is fucked, and I don't think that place is ever evolving into anything special.
Nah, Florida's worse, man.
Yeah. Oh my god, the Sunshine State, mate, it's terrible there.
Yeah. But it's the thing, like, with that. But even the UK, like London on its own is different to fucking Sheffield.
Yeah.
Or like the countryside. People in the countryside have had much different views than we do.
Yeah. And it's
But it's even this is the thing, like there's so many people in such small like space that it's just you can't please everyone and you never be able to.
yeah, but that's what it's all about is pleasing majority and
Yeah,
making
but then
sure.
that's when you discriminate against the minority.
Not in that sense, but like
This is
here we have like Conservative and Labour. Really, they're the two overpowering. Like, yeah, you have Lib Dems, but really, it only really comes down to Conservative and Labour. Whereas, like, if you vote Conservative, yeah, that's a majority of people living in England or the UK, but it affects more people that are voting for Labour. Whereas, if you voted for Labour and we had a Labour Parliament, a Labour government, it wouldn't affect the conservative people as much as conservative government affects us. Does that make sense?
how how wouldn't it?
Because with a Labour government, they focus on trying to bring up the poor and the everyday man, whereas conservative is literally like, I know it's there, it's a joke, but it is just there to make the rich rich and the poor poor.
Yeah, but then the Labour thing is they'll just tax the rich more. And like if you're rich, like this is the thing. Like I talked to someone at work who's like a Tory, and I was basically like I'm not either. I don't believe in any government. They're all fucking liars. Like any politician's a fucking rat. But I was saying like, why do you vote Tory? Like they just keep the rich richer. And he was like, yeah, exactly. Like I'm from a wealthy family. Why wouldn't I want that? And it makes sense. Like if you're wealthy and there's a a government, there's like a political party that will keep you rich, why would you go against that? Because it's going back again. It's every man for themselves.
It's true. We'll never be harmonised. We'll never be unionised.
No, because there's too many people. Like when it was fucking tribes, that's when it was probably most peaceful. Because you had your tribe, you had your bit of land, that was it.
And everyone kept to
Then
themselves.
as soon as it started to become kings and people wanted more land, that's when it got fucked. Because then power became everything, and then people that are in charge, they just get power hungry.
Yeah.
Like Trump is just obviously one of them people who are power hungry, and he will just not admit when he's wrong. Mate, he's the most frustrating guy in the world at the moment.
That's what I mean. Like, it's
Like,
just he is. It's just a joke that he's in office and that.
yeah,
Like hopefully this will kind of make the people realize that, oh shit, he's not the president we need.
yeah, but it's just people are too stubborn to admit that.
It's just be a
Like,
man. Just accept you're wrong. Everyone's fucking
there was
wrong.
a there was a video of like a Trump supporter, and someone was like putting up facts of stuff that they said something like, "Oh, would you still vote for a leader if they did this?" And they'd be like, "No." Then they was like, "Well, this is something Trump has done," and she's like, "Oh, well, I don't care."
He's just fucking.
And it's like just how I don't know if ignorant is the right word, but that's just
Yeah,
how
ignorant.
fucking stupid people are, and just
It's so sad.
arrogant. Just I'm right, I can't be wrong. I've made my decision. Like people just closed-minded. Just most of the world's closed-minded,
Mate,
and that's just how it will remain.
you just gotta accept like I'm fucking wrong. I'm wrong all the time. But it's not
Yeah,
about like
I'm not.
it shouldn't be like, oh, when I'm wrong, it's like, oh fuck, they're trying to attack me. Let me get into defensive mode. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
I'm wrong. Let me learn from this. Let me open my mind more. Let me be a fucking better person for not just me, but for everyone. Let me
yeah,
set a better example to my kids and the people around me who love me. Fucking hell,
yeah.
man. People just
And that's the thing. It's the people who can't vote that are going to be most affected because they're too young.
yeah. And it's like with what was it with Brexit? Most of the people that voted for the first time, like what was it like something ridiculous like 6,000 people voted the first time were not alive for the second poll of voting.
To be fair, I think Brexit has helped us out with the whole coronavirus thing because we just got to shut down when we wanted to.
Yeah,
I think the EU would have had the power to make not lockdown not happen.
mate, it was such a fucking kerfuffle. I don't get why it dragged on that long. Like, if you want to leave, let's vote, and that's it. The first time, yeah, I didn't really agree with it, and not a lot of people did at the first time. But it's the same thing with government. I don't agree when fucking Conservative wins, but it doesn't. I don't protest saying no, we need another election because
You know
I'm
what? You know
wrong.
what pissed me off the most is that our area has voted Tory and that we're a Conservative area when everyone here is poor.
Yeah, I don't get that.
It's because everyone here is racist and they just wanted Brexit to be done. Because the thing with Brexit, I know it's a dead subject now, but like a lot of people who voted for Brexit did it because of the whole thing of the tight immigration laws.
But why would you not want a free passport and a free visa to live in any country in Europe? That's what I don't get.
No.
I was planning when I was
Because
older to move to fucking Europe and live there and probably settle down there because it's so much better than this piece of shit of a country.
it's because it's like patriotism, patriotism. I can't say it. Patri.
Patriotism.
Uh, yeah, near enough. Like people just like, oh well, my country's the best country in the world.
It's the
No one
same
else should
thing, like
allow it
me
unless you're born
versus
here.
them. Like, I don't get it. Like, we're all the fucking same. It doesn't matter where we're from.
Yeah,
Like, none of us are like, with the whole racist and, like, immigrant thing. None of us are purebred English anyway. Like, even you, like,
I am.
no, from like we were pillaged by Scandinavians back in the day. And before that, it was Vikings, and every
Same thing,
land.
same person.
Either way, every land has been taken over by new people, and I'm sure if you go back far enough in your history, it'll end up somewhere not inside the UK. So it doesn't, like, it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter. We're from where we're from. The only thing that should matter is, all right, what can we do now, and what can we do to move on? But people are like, no, because he has fucking darker skin than me, I don't want him living next to me. Why? He's probably a better person than you are, you fucking fat cunt. And they definitely are fat as well. Mate, it's just so fucking frustrating because it's not just a problem with our country. It's not just a problem in America. It's
It's
a
the
problem
world.
with
It's the world.
people. People are reluctant to not just only move on, but just accept that fucking hell, no matter what you look like, we're pretty much all the same deep down inside. Yeah, we might. Some people might like ice cream for dessert, and some might like crumble. It doesn't fucking matter. All we should be focusing on is
Ooh,
fucking building ourselves and this race onto a better fucking future for everyone else. It's just fucking pisses me off. Racism, immigration law, like, it doesn't fucking matter. Let's just fucking move on and make a better world for everyone.
go
Stop
to
being
Mars.
fucking grabbing cunts. Oh man, I'm hot. I'm hot. I'm fucking hot. It's that wasp, man. That wasp started me off. And it's just fucking, that wasp can get fucked. That wasp can get
But
fucked. Apart from that,
all the wasp wants to do is immigrate into your shed,
yeah.
and all it is just a different color. It's just black and yellow, Jamie. You're just a fucking hypocrite.
No, honestly.
That's all you are, mate. You're just a fucking hypocrite.
Yeah, but the people next door from me, I don't care what country they're from. They can come from anywhere. They're not trying to fucking bully me and mug me off every day of my life. This wasp is oh, I can't even speak now. Fucking wasp. And at the end of the
What
day,
about
I don't want to come out
what
for
about the
my
Asian family that runs your corner shop that you're saying mugs you off every day by charging you £2 when you pay for something with card? They're bullying you.
They didn't bully me. They
They're
bullied
mucking
my
you off every
aunt.
day.
And that's just. I'm not blaming the whole of Asia for that. I'm blaming the 2 Asian people that run that shop that are cunts.
And all their kids.
It's not even their kids. They're kids I have hope for. Hopefully their kids grow up and realise how fucking dickhead-ish their mum and dad are. What do? They go for dinner. It's like, yeah, that's going to be £1 extra. Why? Because I'm paying my fucking card? Cunts.
Oh, mate, so if I have kids, yeah, as soon as they turn 18, I'm taxing them on everything. You want to have your light on in your bedroom? That's £2. Electricity don't grow on trees.
You know, you'll be too busy at that point raking in the podcast money and just saving that.
Yeah. Just you leaving that window open? That's £3.
Oh mate, they actually used to tax you on Windows. Daylight taxing.
Oh, mate, tax is that's another thing.
I don't really
getting
mind
robbed
too much
of
about
your own
tax
money.
because it helps run the economy in the country. But some tax is bullshit. Like,
Oh, mate, you get taxed on everything. Like, you get taxed for owning a business. Starting a business, like, yeah, you have to pay us.
yeah,
Like, TV. Just having a TV. Oh, yeah, you got to give us some money for that.
but it's like Oh, what was I just gonna say? That's a really good point now.
Go
So
on.
like everyone moans about like smokers with the NHS because a lot of people, I think it's predominantly like the second or third most deaths in the UK come from smoking related. And everyone's like, oh, they should help fund the NHS. Like the NHS is so tight. Do you know the tax revenue built on smoking equates to like 62 billion or something like that a year? And the amount you need to
Oh,
run,
that's so depressing.
and yeah,
That's how many people smoke.
yeah, and the
That's
amount
so
it costs
sad.
the NHS in total per year is 13 billion. So if anything, we're not just
That's so much money. That's so
It's a
much
lot of
money.
money,
There's
but
no need for that.
people are
There's
funding it, so that kind of makes out. It's
Yeah,
like
but is that tax going to the NHS?
probably not,
All that
probably not.
64 billion is not going to the NHS. It's going in fucking the Queen's pocket.
Yeah, so she can buy a fucking another
Uh,
crown, the dirty slut.
Oh, mate, fucking. This is the thing, like, smokers, obese people, they should not get help from the NHS.
Yeah, morbidly obese people, like you put yourself in that predicament. What do you want?
Not even obese people. Like, I know some people put on fat quicker than other people. And it's like, alright, sometimes being fat is not bad for your health. But, like, if you're obese, which is a medical problem, and it's your own fucking fault, then you should not get help from the NHS. You should have to pay. Fat person tax. If I was a prime minister, fat person tax.
Yeah,
You get taxed for having a kid. You get taxed for having more than 3 kids. You get taxed for being fat, and you don't get help from the NHS if you're a smoker because it's your own fault. There's literally pictures on the box of your lungs withering away, and you still smoke it. You are a spaz.
then what would you say about if you went out, went drinking, took a pill, and then the NHS said they wouldn't help you because it's your fault?
All right, fair enough. Like, I knew the risk when I took the pill.
Yeah, but then
If I
the
died,
risk of
if I
lying
die
because
from
you
it,
know
I die
something-
from it.
True. And that's another thing as well. Like, we are keeping people on beyond the time they're meant to die. Like, we are literally playing God now in some senses because people go out, they will even go in hospital and die for a while, and we'll resuscitate them, put them in a coma for 9 years, something like that. Then they'll just wake up and die anyway.
See, this is the thing, because people put too much value on just life. Like, not life, but surviving.
It's nature. Nature's going to
Like,
take us all anyway. We let it
see,
take its course.
it's the difference between surviving and living. Like, yeah, life is important and probably the most valuable thing you have, but surviving's not valuable. Like, I don't want to survive, I want to live. And, like, having someone just on a hospital bed, just asleep for years, that's not... What's the point?
Yeah. So then they can
Like,
wake up and still be in hospital for years and get
it's
regular
it's
checkups.
it's quality of life.
But then it's all
That's
down.
what it
It's
comes
the
down
same
to.
thing because it's all down to what that one person believes.
It's like putting your dog down. Like, people put their dog down because their dog has no quality of life. Like, they're injured or like they can't see or whatever, and it's like, all right, I'm just keeping this dog alive for selfish reasons. It's obviously suffering every day. It don't deserve this life, like a life like this. I can't do anything to help it. What's the difference between that and your granddad who's in bed, don't have any idea what's going on, shitting his pants every day? Someone has to feed him through a tube. Like I wouldn't want to live like that.
Yeah, that's it.
And like you're keeping him alive because it's like you're emotionally attached.
Yeah, but it's like it's kind of prolonging the inevitable. Like when my granddad went in hospital, like luckily he didn't have a lot of health issues apart from his last 4 weeks being alive, where he had a fall, then went in hospital, and then everything started deteriorating. It's just how it goes. But like, so the first week he was in there, he was kind of fine, and then like after that week, we all knew it kind of not happening, and he even knew, and he said like, just kill me, I don't want to be alive.
Yeah,
And then these last 3 weeks of being alive were just pure torture.
yeah, I bet.
He was delirious. He couldn't even walk. He couldn't even go to the toilet by himself. He wasn't even allowed to
Yeah,
eat the
it's not
food
a
he
life,
likes
man.
because the hospital wouldn't let him have that food because of regulations. Like with
Yeah,
me, I'd be
that's not
like,
life,
all right,
man.
have a fucking, just eat what you want, drink what you want, have a fucking, have a bit of heroin if you want. Like,
Yeah,
you all know
do
you're
what
gonna
you
go.
want.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. It's like, we don't know how much time you have left. And like, all he wanted to do was go home because he knew he was dying. He wanted to just die at home, and they wouldn't let him.
yeah.
And it was fucking bullshit.
How much permission do they have to keep you in hospital though? Like, if you just get up and leave, what can they do?
Well, he tried that, but then his legs gave way, and like, so he was pissed off as well because they put a catheter up him, and he did not like
Oh,
that. And
oh no,
basically,
not surprised, man.
yeah, basically, like there was
Fucking tube up your bell
twice,
end.
yeah, there was twice where he ripped it out because he was in that much pain that he
Yeah,
thought like if he ripped out one, he wouldn't have a tube up his dick, and two, the bleeding would kill him.
yeah,
And oh man, it was just that's what I mean. Like like the last memories I have of him are all kind of shit memories.
yeah,
Whereas if that first week, if we all knew he was going, he even knew he was going, send him home, let him have 3 days of peace in bed where we could all be
yeah.
with him constantly and stay the
Say
night.
goodbye how you want.
Yeah, let him have it. Like, and all he wanted was a fucking beer as well. He just wanted a
Yeah.
beer and just to sit and
Could you
watch
not
his
sneak one
telly.
in?
No, because oh, you can't have beer in the hospital.
Well, just sneak one in.
Nah, but it was just fucking. It was bullshit, and it was also depressing him because he was in an old people's ward. So the 3 weeks he was
Yeah,
in there, the people he was getting attached to died constantly.
yeah,
So come the second week, he just stopped talking to everyone because he had already seen 5 people die.
yeah,
It's just like people, we have no freedom anymore.
yeah. You can't even die when you want.
You literally can't. And when you die, they fucking tax you. So
Yeah,
what is it
yeah,
about? What is it
yeah.
about? Fuck.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
mate.
like, but you said he had a fall, so you know you're old when falling over turns into, oh, I had a fall.
Yeah,
Because like,
exactly.
if I fall over, I haven't had a fall. I've fallen over. But like, is like my nan fell over. She would have had a fall.
Yeah.
That's how you know you're old,
It's scary getting old, but it's inevitable. And like
mate.
at
We're
the end of
still
the day,
so
nature
fucking
takes
young.
its course.
Like we were
Yeah.
saying, like in 5 years, we'll be saying in 5 years we're 30.
Yeah, it's mad.
Oh man, I don't want to be 30,
But then
man.
even 40's young. 40, if you live a healthy life, is not even going to really be half your
Well,
life.
this is the thing. It's like growing up. I've been like reality's been so distorted. Like to me, like aging. Like when I was young, it was like, all right, 21. You've left school. You've got you know what you want to do with your life. You maybe got a girlfriend. 25, you married, have kids. 30, you're just doing your career. But now it's like fucking I'm 20 and I don't even want to do any of that yet.
I don't even have a clue what I want to do with the next 10
No,
years, let
no,
alone what
fuck
I'm going to
that.
do with it.
But it's like you get people who are 30 and they're just settling down. Or like they're not even settling down, they're still living their life how they want.
Yeah.
Because it's like you can live your life however you want. It doesn't what you want to do has no time limit on it. And I think that's the beauty of it.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Like
it's like
you
with
can live
my
it as
granddad. Like,
fast as you
we
want.
could all be on our last week and not know it. So we might as well do everything we want to do as long as it's not fucking hurting anyone else and causing pain and
Yeah.
shit like that.
Yeah, like
Like,
go outside, travel the what see your friend fall in love. Oh
oh,
no, can't
that
do
one's
that.
never happening, is it?
You can. What can you do?
What we would do with the
Listen
drunken
to our
sailor.
podcast. Share it with
Yeah,
your
you know
friends.
what you
That's what you
can
can do.
do? You can hit that thumbs up. You can subscribe and share with your friends. Only if you want to, because we're not going to force you, and we, unlike anyone else, will not take your freedom away.
Until we get enough subscribers to be able to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, fuck off. Oh, fucking hell, I didn't realise how long we've been. Anyway, we'll see you next time. Bye bye.